Hello Aries, this is your reading for the Aquarius transition. So that's January 23rd to February 19th. So let's start. I'm still sick. My voice is back, but I'll be coughing from time to time. And not to cough in your ear, I'm going to stop the recording and cough. I will announce it because it tickles me when I talk, and when it tickles, then I have to cough. That's unfortunate, as it is right now. So see, by the magic of things, you don't have to hear it. So I'm also going to keep these readings relatively quick. I started with ambition to deliver big readings, and then I realized I just cannot do it. So you have to put up with me. Lastly, this is a reading for a sign, but I'm introducing something else, which hopefully I'm going to transition into, so you have better ability to be sort of like, let's say, the masters of your destiny. At the end of this reading, I'm going to provide a link at the end screen where you'll be able to connect with the reading, where you can pick your own pile, so to kind of get more additional information which is really catered to you. So this was a jumper, Nine of Fire. Well, Nine of Fire is really interesting, interesting card, especially in this deck. I mean, I really like the pictures of the tigers and lions in the background. I don't know if you can tell. And there is like this council over here debating what to do. It almost looks to me like a strategy. Interestingly enough, in the next scene, this fire kind of like starts to get out of proportion and everybody is running away. So there's like kind of like what I'm feeling, a wonder of where I'm going, where I'm heading next, what do I really want to do, and how do I really want to go about it. So let's check you out, Aries. You have the Hermit. It's kind of like the same energy. This is like you are like mulling it over on your own. You're trying to figure out what to do. I actually love Hermit. When people see Hermit, oh no, nobody's going to be talking to me. You know, I'm Aquarius. I wish at times that nobody's talking to me, but that's pretty much not in the cards. The Hermit, to me, it's about wisdom. It is kind of like you sifting through a whole bunch of stuff that are happening and finding your own path. It almost looks like you'll be going out and consulting a whole bunch of people. Maybe let's say you're networking for a job and people are saying, oh, this is great, or you are on a website looking for a boyfriend or a girlfriend, everybody looks great, and people are telling you, oh, this and that and that, well, this person looks really good on the paper, just proceed with that. But you kind of like will have not only instincts but wisdom to kind of like decide for yourself, which is the way it really should be. So let's go with the initial cross. This is Fire Kitten, and I cannot really find a card that better describes you guys. Look at him. He's playing with a freaking fire, and look at the tail is on fire. This is it, you know, kind of like it happens. It goes with the territory, I guess, and it kind of like shows this intriguing young energy where there is like this willingness of exploration. I really like this. This is like lots of energy, lots of things going through. Aquarian transition is really good for you. It kind of like air and fire kind of like suits together really well. And 3 of C, it's kind of like all encompassing. It looks like there is this energy of saying, okay, you know what, I want to hear other people's opinions. This also could mean, for example, in terms of dating, that you're introducing something new, or you're meeting somebody who is actually quite different from you. It's quite different in terms of how you are dealing with things, right? But nonetheless, you still find, hey, you know what, like, I mean, you know, sea lion or whatever. Maybe it's like somebody's wearing a beard. It can be something as simple as a physical attribute to complete kind of like shift in outlook. But there is like this really feeling, and what I really like about this card, and to me this is ultimate Aquarian card, where kind of like friendship doesn't see color, doesn't see language barrier, doesn't see border, and it's going to be really important for you. You're almost going to be that fighter in kind of like on that level. And then you have Earth Queen. It's reversed. Why is it reversed? This person can get very whiny when it's reversed. It's kind of like, oh, look at my ring, and I have a house, and I have a car, and I have this. They're not necessarily saying you don't, but that's implied. Is this you? If it isn't, there is like some kind of like energy like that, and maybe you're feeling inadequate, maybe you're feeling you're not good enough, maybe you feel you have to jump higher. Maybe this is why you got the Hermit over here saying, I don't know if I want to really deal with this kind of like whiny things. Usually you're the sign that clearly is known by its patience. Not. And when people like that show up in your life, you're like, is it time to go? Yeah, I'm really busy. I'm sorry, I have an appointment. Off you go, right? So I'm a little puzzled. I'll clarify this card and see it. And then you have a Sky King. So it looks like for a while you have been going through some motions. You have been thinking how to do certain things. Sky King to me is a quiet dude, even though this is a general reading, so it can be a woman as well. And it kind of like talks about somebody who is really thinking through the motions and who is really trying to make a just decision. Sometimes this person is going to really even look at their own kind of like actions and say, I haven't done this right. And they would be even very harsh on themselves. And that's kind of like about Sky. This is also about some kind of like conversations. But look at this beautiful necklace over here. So there's like something really special. And there is like also, this is also about the wisdom. But wisdom in a sense of logic. Wisdom in a sense, how do I go out of here? So there's like a foundation that I see over here. And this could be also that maybe you have been in a couplehood with someone, where this could actually indicate a family over here. That kind of looks like it could be some kind of like mismatch in energies. Maybe somebody's getting quieter because you're trying to figure out how to deal with the situation. Maybe somebody's trying to leave the situation and is trying to grab as much money, quote unquote divorce or separation. But on the other hand, one person is trying to really build this and say, well, you know what, this could be a child, or we have a child or a pet together, and we had been working on this, like, yes, we have differences, well, let's try to work on it. So one partner does want to work on it, one partner doesn't. And you might be meeting people who you're going to figure out, like, oh my gosh, I'm not just right now square peg in the round hole. So Seven of Earth, it's interesting. Like, to me, it's very much Hermit card, right? Hermit is also earth element. Boy, can we really understand this card. This can last for hour and hour, and all you can see moving on this kitty is his or her ears, right? Every single sound is going to be registered. So this is crowning you here, which, as I said, you are really known for being patient. Well, almost looks like you will have no choice. It's going to be some kind of like waiting game. And who is waiting for who? That's going to be really, really interesting. So immediately over here, look at this. You have another Fire Queen. It's just like, okay, let me put it this way. Kings generally present masculine and queens present feminine, but your sign is masculine to start with. This is why even if you're a lady, I don't necessarily see you as this queen. I mean, it could be you have Fire Kitten and now you have a Fire Queen, but it could be simply that there's like some kind of mismatch. Maybe you're coming up with some kind of ideas, maybe you're coming up with some kind of wisdom, and everybody's like, no, you have to do this, you have to do this, and you feel maybe the overwhelming opposition. This could mean that you have women in your life that are against you. This could be work. This clearly, the one can actually present work environment, or it can present, let's say, wife, generally, kind of a thing. This one, look at her with all these fireworks. It's kind of like, and I really like how they all have these beautiful necklaces over here. When this one is reversed, she can be demanding in a different way. This one is demanding in a material way. This one is demanding of everything being served onto her, right? So I don't know, are you maybe getting through, it could be you guys, because maybe you have been going through a situation where you kind of like have this train of thought that maybe situation you're in is neglectful toward you, and you're saying, look, We need to have ceasefire. We need to kind of like work on it, and we need to stop whining and start kind of like working toward these goals. That's kind of like how that can be seen together. So this is that initial cross in my Celtic cross reading. So let's see the rest. So this is basically your hope, and your hope is like, look, you're really trying to be cuddly bunny over here. Like, I mean, you're going from, hey, everything is okay, the more the merrier, accept everybody, come neighbor, come this, come this. You're going to feel this way, and it almost looks to me, it could be one of those things, no good deed goes unpunished, because look what your wishes are. You want peace. This is like 10 of cups, 10 of sea. You want this happiness. You want your family. You want everybody to cuddle up together. You want to hug them. You want to kiss them. You want to tell everybody how much love you have. So let's see environment response. Yay, this is really interesting. This is 10 of cups, and now we have ace of cups. So the environment is responding. If you guys are after, let's say, somebody new, or if you want to take your relationship to the next level, that's going to happen. It's going to be romantic. This is like, I mean, a seed of romance, and somebody's coming in and bringing it in. So this is really lovely. This is falling in your environment. Like, they're like opportunities. So if you sit on your, like, I mean, butt and you do nothing, those opportunities will be like a ship in the dark. They will sail by you, and you will not even know they have been there. You need to do something about it. And this dude over here rules that communication, writing, internet, how you present yourself. Now, if you present yourself in a way, this way, that you're like a little bit whiny, but showing off, well, I'm this, and this is what most people do in their profiles. Oh, I'm a lawyer, and I want this, and I want, it's like, it's not a shopping cart. It's not braggadocio moment. You want to connect heart to heart. You totally get it this month. You are not kind of like, you know what, I want a little bit of jalapenos with it, and just please put on some pepper. No, nothing like that. But if you start presenting yourself in that way, oh, I'm an explorer, I'm an adventurer, you know, I'm this and this, I've been there and there. Like, people start to do that, and they show these pictures and those, what they call it, like bungee moments, which, okay, you know, so what does it mean? Are you that adventurous when it comes to romance? And if you are, does it mean like you're sticking around, right? You can really overanalyze certain things. So be careful of how you present yourself, because it might give a wrong attitude to the people. Because look, I see fire and earth here, where it's inversed, but I see water here upright. These are two such beautiful water cards, that you want that warmth, you want that fireplace at home. You kind of like really want to feel the comfort of full acceptance, giving and taking, right? So let's see hopes and fears. It's the priestess. Oh my goodness, there we have the wisdom. That's the order of the day. So very much like hermit, who is more or less kind of like earthbound. She is kind of like sitting in this her cave of amethyst. She kind of like knows all the answers. Yeah, the mouse is there, you just have to wait for it. Yeah, you just have to kind of like give this warmth, and you're going to get it back. So I guess what I would say here, because this is your hopes, but this is also your fears, that you really hope that you will have the intuition, you will have the wherewithal, if you want, because this is, we have the moon here, can you see it? We have the same moon here, right? We have the moon here. So there is like that, I really think February 9th, between the February 2nd and February 9th, it's going to be a little kind of like, let's say, slippery slope period. You might be dealing through what do I do and how do I go about that. You're going to feel that maybe certain things that you want are not necessarily going in a good direction. And you might also fear that you're going to pick something wrong. Maybe you have choice of picks, and kind of like that's that intuitive side. But I really strongly feel that you're going to make a really, really good decision. And outcome, Two of Sky. You will be undecided. You will go, oh my gosh, like there are so many options. So you see, that's again, this 2 is repeating over here. I guess I guess you are not going to make a decision. I guess the whole month is going to be, well, you know, there's so much bounty. What do I do about this? How do I go about this? So let's clarify a few things over here. I said under 15 minutes because then I can squeeze it on Instagram, but I guess I just cannot stop doing this writing. So this Jump on Hermit, it's a young woman. So it can be a daughter, that can be somebody you know, or it might feel that you're losing your youth and you're kind of transitioning in some kind of like different direction, and that's something that you're taking in account. So this really tells me there's like something that is like a long-term vision that you really want to hear. Let me see this Fire Queen, and you got Room inversed. Well, this could be somebody who is like, I guess you really want intimacy this month. You really want this closeness from a really, really close friends, relatives, and family. But this woman is saying, no, let's not be in. Like, this woman is like just completely out of sync with that attitude. And maybe this is what's going to feel. You just want to sit at home, cuddle, and watch a movie. And my left palm is scratching. Isn't this meaning that I'm going to get some money? Huh? You can order a reading from me, guys. That's what we say in Croatia. So I don't know if you guys have something similar. So let's see this lady over here. What's the story here? Service. Did I not tell you? I'm so fantastic, and where's my red carpet thing? It's kind of like somebody who needs somebody who's high maintenance over here. So I don't think this is you though. I really think that maybe you're being even accused of being high maintenance, but I really don't think you are. And if somebody's accusing you, well, you have to ask, what is their game plan? Are they trying to, that could be like a little bit of a narc, right? Narcissist who is trying to gaslight you, and everything they attribute it to you. So you really have to watch this. And this is possibly why the wisdom keeps repeating not once but twice. Let's see this High Priestess child. You know what, like, I mean, you have been going through something that has been going on for a while. I would say last 9 months. So how much back are we going? Back to your birthday. You're going back to your birthday, just right after it. Maybe you started with somebody. Maybe you started a new system. Maybe you decided, oh, you know what, you're going to look and think differently. So now you're revisiting this to see if you really implemented those ideas. So that's kind of like telling me there's like also something new starting. You guys have a really, really good opportunity for a new relationship this month. Just be really wise about it. Be wise about it. It could be even somebody who is a little bit a long distance. You could meet somebody on Facebook. You could meet somebody literally in a grocery store, on a market. This is called mercante. And when they did this Vera Sibilla cards or gypsy cards, this was like really upper middle class dude who was like, let's say, entrepreneur today, and somebody who is maybe dealing export import, that kind of stuff. But as this is coming over here, this to me can represent you. Maybe you're looking in a new ways of how to support yourself, and it's going to be connecting possibly with some kind of community service. It could be also a volunteering position in a church, in some kind of non-profit that I see over here. But it can also be that you might meet somebody who is strikingly interesting, right? So this to me is more like I'm linking to this Earth Queen, and maybe this Earth Queen could be your mother and somebody who is like very demanding on your time, or your boss. So kind of keep this in mind. And lastly, let me check this Two of Sky. And let's not forget that after this video, you guys should also look and pick one of those, you know, readings, so that way you can really figure out really which one of these key players is really affecting you. That's it. You're being very guarded. There's like something, oh my goodness, and there it is, a moon as well, this crescent moon, which is what? Just starting to happen right now. We have this like new moon in Aquarius. So look at this. You're going to feel guarded. You're going to feel that you don't really want to open yourself entirely. And I don't blame you, because it looks like you do have people who just want to pound on anything that you do. So good going. You'll have to develop your patience, something that you don't have. So that's going to be a month of development. But at the same time, you'll have pick of people who might reflect certain aspects of you, or you might deal with certain aspects of yourself that you personally don't like, and you want to change them, and you want to start something all over. If you are looking for someone, well, this is the month to find somebody. So as I said, it can be something a week 2nd to 9th that can be a little bit, I would not say a rocky road, but you'll start really thinking differently. And you never know, you might actually meet somebody who will be your Valentine's date if you don't have one. Your comments, guys, are appreciated. Consider subscribing, as I'm not going to bother rules or like and subscribe. That kind of like it's even irritating me. And don't forget that after this, there's like the second part, which is more important. This is like where you have the key to your destiny. So take a look. I'm putting it on the end screen. Love you, Aries. All the best. I'll talk to you soon.